Hello everyone, my name is SG64 and I just posted my reaction to the Mario Kart World Direct. It was essentially an overview of what we saw with some new features here and there, like for example, the charge jump, which is where you hold the drift and even when you're driving in a straight line, you can let go of it and you can jump and do a trick. I think that's really cool. They showed some new parts of the open world, the free roam, like some little mini games, not mini games, but like small challenges and stuff as like an extra bonus to the world. Um, Honestly, me personally, the free roam is what I'm most excited about because a lot of times I want to hop on Mario Kart, but uh, but I don't know. I mean, sometimes I'm not feeling extremely competitive where I want to just race all the time. This free roam option is perfect for me because it just lets me enjoy the game without having to be in like a competitive mindset. So yeah, I'm really excited for free roam. I think it's going to be really fun. Also exploring the huge open world where you can drive anywhere. So yeah, I'm really hyped for that. Um, but let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is the price. The game is $80. Like this is just a base game. We don't even know if there's going to be DLC in the future. Probably will be, but just the base game alone, $80, right? Now, am I going to be paying $80 for this game? No, but I'm still going to get the game. You might be asking how? Well, you probably know. The Mario Kart World Switch 2 bundle, which you can get for, well, in the US, the planned price point was $500. It's the Switch, which is around $450 if you get it separately. But if you get this bundle, you get the Switch and Mario Kart World all for $50. So if you're living in the US, also in the US, you have like tax after the initial price. So if you're living in the US, you can essentially get Mario Kart World for $50 instead of 80. So you save $30, which is a lot. You can put that into DK Bonanza if you want to get that afterwards. I don't know. But yeah. And here in Europe, at least in the Euro area, the console is 470 euros, which in dollars is at a similar amount. But with the bundle, it's 510 euros, which means that Mario Kart World, for me, what I'm essentially paying is 40 euros for Mario Kart World. So I'm paying half the initial price point by just getting the bundle. And yes, I know that this is a strategy that Nintendo are using in order to drive up sales for the Switch 2 because they're making this limited bundle that will last until, I think it said, until autumn or the fall of 2025. Sorry if you hear that clock tower bell in the background. I'm on vacation. So yeah, I mean, look, is this game worth $80? I personally don't think so. Honestly, I don't even buy games for $70 or 60, you know? But I might have to with DK Bonanza because that game looks insane. Like I'm really excited for that game. Um, so I'm trying to save up a lot of money right now, cause let's be real, my bank account is gonna be depleted because it's not just a Switch 2 that I have to buy stuff for. It's not just a Switch 2. Um, I also need to like make sure I can be able to watch the Fantastic Four movie that comes out this year. You know damn well I'm gonna buy a ticket for that, as well as Superman, right? As well as Superman. I already spent quite a lot on movies this year, especially with a Minecraft movie. Maybe I should do like a review on that because I actually unironically really like that movie. I've watched it like 3 times. I'm I'm not kidding. I really, and not just cause, and not just for the memes. Like, I actually really like the movie. I think it's fantastic. Um, Very unpopular opinion, I know, but hey, man, if you bring me to a movie that will bring out like the child in me again, then I'm gonna love it. Honestly, I'm gonna love it. Like if it's just a movie that's just a good time, it's entertaining, it's fun. Look, man, I'm not watching these movies for I'm sorry for the noise in the background. I'm not watching these movies for like Christopher Nolan's story experience, okay? I'm just there to have some fun, you know? I'm not saying that. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. But this video is about Mario Kart. If I want to talk about movies, I'll talk about it in another video. Um, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm really excited for Mario Kart World. Can you hear that? Ding, ding, ding. Can you hear that or not? I think it's picking up on the mic. I'm just showing you guys the place that I'm at. You know, you can clearly tell I'm not in the in my usual setup. Um but yeah, let's just wrap up the video because I'm just gonna keep rambling. Is Mario Kart World worth $80? I mean, I personally would not pay 80 for it because I'm getting the bundle. If I wasn't getting the bundle, like if Nintendo didn't offer a bundle, would I buy this game immediately? I'm not sure. I don't know because I think that's just way too much, you know? I feel like if I was paying $80, there'd need to be like some sort of story mode or just more battle modes because they only showed what was it? They only showed like the balloon battle and the coin rush. So, you know, I was a little bit disappointed that we didn't get Renegade Roundup because that was my favorite battle mode. And probably more cups in the Grand Prix. Maybe just some more maps overall because yeah, I mean, I think if you do all that, then the price is a little bit more justified. I think for 80 for what we have at 80, I'm not necessarily sure if I'd pay 80 for it. But the reason why I'm more than perfectly happy with the game so far, I'm really excited for the game, is because I'm not paying 80 for it. I'm paying 40 euros for it. And 40 euros is cheaper than what I paid for like Mario versus Donkey Kong. So like and I'm clearly getting more there than Mario versus Donkey Kong. Like not to hate on Mario versus Donkey Kong, I really like that game. But yeah, obviously Mario Kart World is going to be a lot more interesting and entertaining than that. Um so it just really depends on how much you're paying for it. If you're getting it with the bundle, I'd say it's like more than worth it, honestly. If you're getting it separately, well, I don't know. I feel like getting it separately is just not a good idea, in my personal opinion. Even if you want it physically, you know, because look, I love physical games as much as the next guy or girl, but when it comes to paying double the price to get it physical, that's when, you know, I'm not gonna do that. Cause cause let me tell you guys something. I actually bought Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze around 2 years ago when Nintendo had like a Mario movie sale. Like after the release of the Mario movie, they had like a sale going on, and I I saw Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze for 40 euros, $40. What I did, I just used all my gold points that I got from my Switch OLED. If you guys don't know, well, obviously now they don't do it anymore because they've gotten rid of gold points. But if you guys don't know, if you used to buy a Switch console from Nintendo, like the My Nintendo store, like Nintendo's official website, and all shipped from Nintendo and everything, you would get, at least I got 700 gold points, which is around €7 in gold points, which is quite a lot. Um, and I just used all of those on Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, and I got the game for €33, which is half of its MSRP here in Europe. So, and that was a digital game, right? When it comes to buying digital, if I get to get the game for half the price, then of course I'll do it, right? Instead of physical. So yeah, I just find it funny because I paid like €20 more for DK Returns HD than I did for Tropical Freeze, which is a little bit funny. Okay, I'll say one small thing about Returns HD. They could have at least added Dixie and Cranky's characters, like come on. Okay, getting sidetracked. Conclusion of this video. That's why you guys are watching. Is Mario Kart World worth 80? In my personal opinion, it depends on what you really prioritize in order to get the most out of your money. But also, in my personal opinion, it doesn't really make sense to buy it at 80 when you can get the bundle, where you get the game for 40 or 50. And that is cheap. And when you get the game for 40 or 50, that's cheaper than all Nintendo Switch first-party AAA games. So my personal opinion, I'd recommend trying to secure the bundle. Okay, I got quite lucky because Amazon Spain. You hear that, bike? Amazon Spain had pre-orders up right after the Direct, after the Switch 2 Direct, which happened April 2nd. So I literally pre-ordered my console like that night on April 2nd. So hopefully Amazon doesn't cancel my pre-order, because Amazon are not as reliable as Nintendo themselves. But I don't know why I didn't get selected in the pre-order program. I have literally 700 plus hours in Smash. I have like 100 hours in Mario Odyssey, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, like 50, 60 hours in all these games. And I didn't get selected for the pre-order. I find that ridiculous. I'm gonna be honest. I find that a little bit ridiculous. But at least, I got my pre-order with Amazon, hoping that they don't cancel anything, because Amazon can sometimes be unreliable. Because it makes sense when you have such a large company. Sometimes logistics here and there can make some mistakes. It makes sense, but I'm really hoping that I get my Switch 2 in time, or at least like a few days after release. I don't mind. Right now it says it's scheduled for the 11th of June for it to arrive, which that's fine by me, because my last exam is like a little before then. So, even if I don't get it day one, that's fine by me, because I'll be studying, so but yeah, that's all. This video was way too long, but because I was rambling a lot. But that's what I do on this channel, man. That's what I do on this channel. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Sorry for the background noise. I'm not at my usual setup. I literally had to record my reaction yesterday in a place that I wouldn't usually do any YouTube stuff at all. I'll just keep it at that. Yeah, so yeah. And I had to use my mobile data in order to record and upload the reaction, because the Wi-Fi here is quite terrible. It works fine on my phone, but on my laptop it doesn't. Anyways, thank you guys so much for hearing my rambling. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. You know what? Right after this, I'll record my Minecraft movie thoughts. So yeah, bye.